What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1992 movie FernGully, The Last Rainforest. So, in this movie, when a sprite named Krista shrinks a human boy Zach down to her size, he vows to help the magical fairy folk stop a greedy logging company from destroying their home, the pristine rainforest known as FernGully. Zach and his friends fight to defend FernGully from lumberjacks and the vengeful spirit they unleash chopping down a magical tree. So I think this is a pretty decent movie. The story is pretty good and everything, although it's not really the most original story. We've seen movies that have came out since this movie that have followed this movie's premise, but I don't feel like this is the most original movie or anything. But maybe it's just because I've seen movies that are like it. But to be fair, they did come out after this, so this might be like an OG story. But the voice casts are all great in here. You got Samantha Mastis as Krista, and she's really good and everything. And then Jonathan Ward as Zach is pretty good. He does a good job at playing him, and the two of them have good voice chemistry, if that even makes any sense. Christian Slater is Pips is pretty good too. He's kind of an unlikable character throughout most of the movie, but he kind of redeems himself by the end of it, and he's pretty good. But the two that stand out the most in this movie for me are Robin Williams as Batty, who is just a great comic relief character, and Tim Curry, who is really good at being a creepy villain. He plays Nexus and everything. I think they're both really good in their roles in this movie and everything. I will say that this movie came out the same year as Aladdin, so Robin Williams, this was just the year of Robin Williams being an animated sidekick and everything, and I do think that Genie is a much better character than Batty, but I do enjoy both of his characters from that year and everything. But I think that Tim Curry, if he was in this movie more, he would have really stolen the show. He was really creepy as the voice of Nexus, and does a really great job at being creepy and everything. I always got chills when I would hear his voice and stuff as a kid and everything, and Tim Curry just does such a great job voicing him. The animation is pretty good. It holds up pretty well. I don't really have any complaints with that, with the animation. And as far as the songs go, I'm not gonna lie, I think most of the songs in this movie are pretty bad. The two songs that I like are by my two favorite characters of the movie. The Batty rap, which is obviously done by Batty, which there is an unedited version of this song that has some innuendos and stuff that is a lot funnier and stuff if you listen to it on the soundtrack. Robin Williams added some dirty lyrics to the Batty rap and everything, but I prefer that version over the version we get in the movie, just because it's a little bit longer and more time with Robin Williams. So how can you complain about that? And then the other song that I really like in here is Toxic Love, which is the villain song of the movie that Tim Curry sings, and he, like I said, he's just so creepy and everything, and he does such a good job with this, and he's a really good singer too, so it works really good in this and everything. But aside from that, those two songs, I don't think any of the other songs are good. They're all really forgettable and everything. Like, there isn't anything memorable about any of the other songs in this movie and everything, and some of them just straight up suck, I'm not gonna lie, and everything. And my other big complaint on this movie is, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like this movie is slow and boring. Like, the first act is pretty decent, and then the second act is really slow and boring, and then it picks up a little bit in the third act and everything, but I don't feel like it ever picks up as good as it could have and everything, and the ending kind of does feel a little bit rushed, so it kind of felt a little bit anticlimactic. So while I do enjoy this movie, I do have issues with it too and everything, and it's not one of my most favorite movies and stuff and everything. And growing up, I watched a lot of Robin Williams movies as a kid. That's why he's my favorite actor and everything. I've been a huge fan of him since I was probably about 5 or 6 years old and everything. And this was one of the movies I watched as a kid, but not as much as some of his other stuff and everything. And this is one that I love his character in it, but I just don't care for the movie as much. But I do love Batty. I think he's a really awesome and lovable character and everything. And next it says an awesome villain. So, well, this movie is good and everything. It's a good enough time and everything, but while not being the most fun movie in the world, it's one that I don't like rewatching very often. I usually mainly watch it if I'm going through Robin Williams stuff and everything. It's not like one of the best movies ever made or anything like that. So, but I would say it's solid enough that I give it a 7 out of 10 because I do like the story and I think it does have a good message about taking care of the environment and stuff. Its heart is in the right place and everything. I've seen this story done better and everything, like especially Avatar. Everyone complains about Avatar being a ripoff of this movie, but Avatar did it so much better and everything. Avatar is such a better movie and everything, but I really do enjoy this movie quite a bit, so I'm not gonna lie and everything either. I do think it's a good movie, just not a perfect movie. So I give it a 7 out of 10. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of FernGully, The Last Rainforest. And have you seen FernGully 2? That's another movie that recently just popped up in my a memory that popped up from my childhood, that there is a FernGully 2. And I haven't seen it in so long, I don't remember anything about it, but I'm curious if y'all have seen it. What did y'all think about it and everything? And do you think it's worth me rechecking out? And do y'all want me to try to find it and review it? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a good day, everybody.
Yeah.